What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Big Stacks Porzingis, episode 3. Let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. The first thing I want to address with y'all, something I did off of camera, is player training. I went and I gave all of our young players a training schedule to focus on the individual aspects of their game. Starting up top, Shea. I'll focus on making him an all-around point guard. I just really want him to be able to defend his position at an elite level. I want him to be able to play make at an above average level. And then I want him to be able to score at the average level. And anything extra in the scoring category will give us a big boost. But that's my main thing for him, is to defend, be able to play make and get his teammates involved, and then occasionally be able to score. And I think he has the potential to be able to do that for us in a long-term goal. Terrence Ferguson, right now I just have him focus on outside shooting. I think that's the major thing he needs to continue to work on and continue to strive, and we want to bring that to his fullest potential, especially with a next guard like Shea. We want him to be able to be that dead-eye spot-up guy who can catch and shoot the ball at an elite level. So that's the first and foremost thing we're focused on with him. Later on during the series or during the season, we'll try to focus on the two-way aspect of his game, because I think he has tremendous size and length to be able to do so. And already in episode 2 in the gameplay y'all seen against the Warriors, he has some nice defensive plays against some real good offensive players. So that's something we're also going to focus on at some point in the season, just not right now. As far as Andrew Wiggins, right now we're going to focus on his all-around offensive game. We know that that's his focus. We know that's what he likes to do, and that's why we brought him here, to reach his fullest potential as an offensive player. That's his moneymaker. So we want to expand that and give it a wide variety of post-ups, ISO, shooting with the ball off the dribble, continue to just have an arsenal of offensive package. Then later on, we'll just figure out how to make his game well-rounded in every individual aspect, from defense to rebound and playmaking and so on and so forth. When you go down a guy like Darius Bazley, his main trait that we're focusing on is playmaking, like I said from episode 1. Playmaking. I see him in the mold of a Lamar Odom, but in a more modern term. I can also see him doing the Draymond Green, Pascal Siakam type thing, where he's a power forward who can defend multiple positions, defend, switch on the pick and rolls. He can get the rebound and push and start to break himself. He can occasionally hit some outside shots. He can work out of the post. He can attack the basket. All those type of things, basically like a Swiss Army knife, but we want to get him at his fullest potential. He's still a teenager, and that's going to give us a lot of time to really expand his all-around game. As far as Diallo, it's just his two-way ability. We want somebody that can come off that bench and give us some defensive prowess, somebody that can lock up. His outside shooting still needs work, and eventually, at some part of the season, we'll work on that as well. But right now, we're just going to focus on that two-way aspect. As far as Justin Patton, same thing, two-way ability. It's kind of out of the ordinary in the league for the league's big man to just be in a post, just catching it like it's not 2003 anymore. It's all about being able to protect the rim, and then occasionally being able to catch the ball, make a move and dunk, or just catch lobs and whatnot. So that's our main focus, is to be able to protect that rim, run up and down the floor, and dunk the ball when you're given an opportunity to. And that's pretty much it as far as our young guys. The other guys were just on a team's training schedule, like our other guys around the roster. I'm hoping that we can continue to develop these guys at a high level, because it's real hard, because you got to put them at low intensity, medium intensity, because we are playing an 82 game season, and some of these guys are already starters. 3 of our main young players are already our starting point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. So we want to make sure we manage their minutes and their training, so we're not overworking them and having them extremely fatigued to the point where they're not performing at a high level, or we don't want to increase the risk of injury. But yeah, Terrence Ferguson is a guy I really want to focus that 3-point shooting on. And just in case going forward he's not the starting shooter, starting shooting guard, maybe he's a 6th man for us. We want that shooting ability to be able to be in the starting lineup or come off the bench, and I think he's going to benefit a lot from it. As far as player mentorship, we're still at what we were last episode. I think we won't be able to really get in depthly into it until we make some more moves and free up some roster spots to bring in somebody out of that free agent list, or trade for a solid veteran that can really mentor some of these guys. I can look and see for a guy like Shea Wood, a guy like Dennis Schroeder, Would he be able to give him some type of mentorship? I mean, not really when I'm looking at it from a badge standpoint. It says he has silver badges, but I'm not seeing any. All of these are popping up as oh, that's the minty. Whatever. But like I said, I would prefer to be able to go out there and find some quality guys like Carmelo Anthony or whatnot to bring in and mentor these guys, instead of a Dennis Schroeder who is basically only 5 years older than Shea, and he's not even better. He's a 78 to 79. I would prefer to go get some guys that are more experienced, have legitimate badges, and can really teach them from a legitimate standpoint, and just instead of forcing them to have a mentor or a mentee. As far as trading goes, I know we discussed the value of some of these guys. Steven Adams played real well, played so well I didn't really want to trade him, so I really don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Schroeder, I need to trade him because the minutes are getting like he's observing a lot of minutes, and we already have Jeff Teague, him, and then Shea. So this is going to free up a lot of minutes. Also, trading Roberson is going to free up a lot of minutes. That's the main thing. A lot of these guys I'm playing because I got to keep their stock up. I got to keep them, playing and being on the floor to increase their value, or to keep their value the same. But they're also getting in the way of some of these other guys playing. So this episode we're going to do, I played against the Warriors, as y'all can see. Episode 2, at the end of the video, you'll be able to see the highlights and a breakdown of what went on. We're in the month of October still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim to the end of November, and we're going to get to December. And we're going to see. But instead of that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it. We just played the first week of basketball. Okay, so we'll just sim. We'll do a 2-week thing. So there's 1 week, and then we'll sim to November 10th and just see how things go. In the next couple of episodes, off camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement the draft class. I found a specific draft class that I really enjoy and I really like. I just got to go in there and edit some things, edit some ratings. Some guys are a little bit too high, and we want to avoid that because this is a realistic sim and realistic series. So I don't want a lot of those guys from that draft class to be superstars after the first year of sim. So we got to go in there and adjust a couple of things and whatnot, but expect that in the next couple of episodes. But to review what just happened in the last 2 weeks, we lost every game except against the Bucks. Of course, 2K is just always that backwards. We got killed by the Rockets. Played a nice game in Portland. Lost to the Pelicans by 7. Got destroyed by the Magic. Lost a close game against the Spurs. Played well against the Warriors again, and then we beat the Bucks. So I mean, we had a couple blowouts to the Rockets, to the Magic, but we're looking like a competitive team so far. We'll review the box score for a few of these games. Harden and Westbrook did their thing against us. Of course, Westbrook was ready to play. Eric Gordon was cool. Capella had 20 rebounds. But mostly we're going to focus on our box score in these next games. Wiggins, 7 for 16. And he gave us nothing else. He gave us nothing else. 7 for 16 from the field, didn't get to the free throw line, had 1 turnover, and then did nothing else. That's the problem with Wiggins' games. We need to round it out. He's not that good offensively yet to where he doesn't have to do anything else. You know what I mean? He's only given us 15 points. He's the third leading scorer on the team with the second most shot attempts. Shea gave us 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Not enough assists for me, but he did get 2 steals. And he shot 50% from 3. Ferguson took 13 shots, 11 of them were threes again, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. He has to do a little bit more though. As far as rebound and assists, he did get 2 blocks, only 1 turnover, didn't get to the free throw line. A lot of our starting players didn't really get to the free throw line, and Steven Adams did get to the free throw line, but he missed more than he made. He missed 4 of them, only made 2. He gave us 10 and 9 as well though. Our assists, Darius basically led us in assists with 3 assists. Shea played 29 minutes. T played 13 minutes and Schroeder played 12 minutes, and they always gave us 2-2-2. Somebody got to come off that bench and play make, or Shea got to start the game and play make, because that ain't really gonna cut it. Darius Baisley should not be leading us in assists with 3. You know what I mean? Unless he comes out and have a golden game where he's getting 8 assists, then he really shouldn't be leading us in assists. He had a nice game himself, but he did have 3 turnovers with those 3 assists, so that kind of cancels each other out. Noel off the bench gave us 9 and 12 with a block. That's what I like to see. Still 2 turnovers. I don't know why my big man are turning the ball over so much. Steven Adams had 4 turnovers. Noel had 2. And Baisley had 3. I'm not really sure why those guys are turning the ball over so much. Against Portland, Shea had 27, 7, and 7. That's the type of stuff we want to see from Shea. That makes me very, very, very happy. 12 and 19 from the field. Got to the free throw line, made both. Made a 3. Jeff Teague is 3 of 3 from 3. He had up 19 off of the bench. In 14 minutes, he put up 19, 3, and 4 with 1 turnover. Got to the free throw line 5 times, made 4. Wiggins played 33 minutes, had 18, 4, and 4. 1 block, 3 turnovers, 7 for 21. The efficiency is not there. That's fine though. He can come over here and be efficient. We're going to work on it. But this is what I want to see. If you're only going to give us 18 or 15 points, give us 4 and 4 as well with a block or so. Cut down on the turnovers, but you got to fill up the rest of those categories, especially if you're going to be inefficient from the field. 3 of 9 from 3. He's taking the threes is good, but he got to make some more. And he got to get to the line more than twice. No way him and Shea should be shooting the same amount of free throws. Steven Adams gave us 14 and 10. 1 turnover this time. 7 from 8 from the field. 2 blocks and 2 steals. He's playing real good. Ferguson giving us 9, 4, and 4. 2 turnovers. 3 from 8 for the field. 2 of 6. So 8 shots, 6, 7 with threes. He's still at it. Noel again, 7 and 8 off the bench, an assist, and he got a block, 1 turnover this time. And then Darius Baisley gave us 7 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. So Darius Baisley is slowly becoming the player already that we want to see. This is the type of stat line that I want to see from him going forward. Maybe 1 or 2 more assists, but this is it right here. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. But he did all of that in 21 minutes. So his minutes increased. I gave him a bump in minutes, and he's already performing how I wanted to see him perform. And he made a 3 again, and he's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. His 3-point percentage, yeah, he's shooting 66% from the 3. He's making he's shooting very limited 3-point attempts. He's shooting like 1 a game, but he's making them. 2 for 12 from Dennis Schroeder. I said that in episode 2 or episode 1. He was gunning off the bench. He's just gunning, jacking. He's 0 for 6 from 3. So we need to get Dennis Schroeder out of here. I think by the end of this episode, we're already at the 12-minute mark. By the end of this episode, I want to see him potentially getting traded because he ain't really doing shit for us. It sounds like he's playing with an attitude or something, just jacking. Noah Vonleh, 2 for 6 from the field. Roberson, 1 for 4. 2 steals again, though, and a block. Or no, 1 block. That's 2 assists. And Jaime came in real quick and got himself a little 2 points. But that's a good game from a lot of our young guys. I like that performance. A closer game against the Pelicans. Wiggins gave us 25 shot. 50% from the field, but 1 for 7 from 3. Gave us 7 rebounds and assists and a block, 2 turnovers, 4 for 4 from the line. That's a very good performance for him. Schroeder came and played some good basketball finally. 12, 4, and 5. No turnovers, 4 or 7 from the field. 1 or 2 from the 3. 3 or 4 from the line. Ferguson gave us 9, 3, and 3. He got to start shooting the ball better. He shot 15 shots, 14 of them were threes. He got to start shooting the ball better. Period. There's no other way to put it. Noel gave us 9 and 6 with 2 more blocks, 1 turnover. He's doing his thing defensively. Noel is really playing good defensively. Shea gave us 8, 1 and 5, 1 and 1, 5 turnovers, 4 from 13 from the field, no free throws. That's a bad game from him. 5 turnovers is unacceptable. I'm not allowing that. Darius Baisley, 8, 4, and 2. 2 turnovers, 4, 6 from the field. 0 for 1 from 3. Didn't get to the free throw line. Steven Adams came and gave us 21 rebounds. That's what I'm saying. Steven Adams is really, really hooping at a high level for us. We may need to keep him just for the sake of these young guys. I really like what Nerlens Noel is doing. I think if Nerlens Noel could take that starting spot and also get those additional minutes, he may perform better. But it's going to be hard for me to give up Steven Adams. I was initially thinking to myself, like, man, I'm going to just trade him to the Cavs for Tristan Thompson and get that expiring contract. I don't know if I'm going to just be able to throw him to the Cavs just for Tristan Thompson. I'm going to need some real wow. Zion Williamson had 32 and 8 on 14 and 21 shooting, 2 for 5 and 3. He killed us. We let Zion come in and kill us. 3 steals, 1 block. Holiday got 3 steals. That's why we turn the ball over so much. They played real good against us. Real good. Lonzo had 0 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. We played a good game, though. We played a good game. We just got to take care of the ball. This game was probably atrocious. Shea, 17 points, 8 of 16. Wiggins is 5 for 25, 7 rebounds, no assists, 3 turnovers, 2 of 9 from 3. Nerlens Noel gave us a double-double off the bench, which I like to see. Schroeder was decent, I guess. 1 assist, 1 turnover. Adams gave us 7 and 13, 3 for 8. Yeah, this is just not even worth looking at. Terrence Ferguson, I said, got to shoot better. Gave me an 0 for 5 performance. Noah Vonleh gave us 11 rebounds. Baisley played 20 minutes, 0 for 5. No turnovers, 1 steal, 1 rebound, and made 1 free throw out of 3. So this is just bad. I don't nothing to even say about that. I see why we got our ass beat. Rudy Gay gave us 21. DeRozan gave us 15. Shea gave us 14, 4 and 4. 2 steals, 4 turnovers. He's turning the ball over a lot in these last couple of games. Steven Adams 13 and 8. Wiggins is giving us 11 points on 19 shot attempts. He's got to turn it around. Baisley giving us 11, 6, 2, 1 turnover, 5 for 6 from the field, and 1 for 1 from 3. He's doing his thing. And Wiggins is only shooting 2 free throws a game. You got to start getting to the line. Again, 1 for 7 from 3 for Ferguson. It's not going to be able to cut it. 8 and 11 from Noel. 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's playing very, very good defense. Defensive player of the year type defense at this level. Nerlens Noel. Remember me saying that. Teague, 2 for 7. We're not an official basketball team right now. We're not. Against the Warriors, this is another close game against the Warriors, I guess. Wiggins gave us 33, 5 and 1 turnover, 13 of 19 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3 from the 3. And then 4-6 from the free throw line, 4-6 from the free throw line as well. 2 turnovers, 9 of 18 with 24. This is the type of games we need to see them have consistently. They're young and they're going to have those little flashes, but I need to see more of this, and I'm hoping I will see more of this because it's still only the first couple of weeks of the season. Noah Vonleh came and gave us 12. Schroeder gave us 12 and 4. Shot efficiently. Teague 1 of 6, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Wow, Ferguson only shot 2 threes this game out of 9 shots. So maybe he's saying I'm not making them, let me shoot less. Darius Baisley 2-3-2, a block, 3 turnovers, 0 for 5 again. And then Nerlens Noel 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, no turnovers. Defensive player of the year. And then 6 and 12 from Adams. And then the win that we got over the Bucks, Greek Freak had 25-13, but we locked everybody else up. It's good coaching, Billy Donovan. 17 and 9 with 4 blocks from Steven Adams. Real good game for Steven Adams. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 6 turnovers from Andrew Wiggins. 6 turnovers. 6. And then Terrence Ferguson, 5 of 16, 2 from 10 from the 3-point line with 15 points. Nerlens Noel, 12 and 8, 1 steal. And then T came and gave us 12 and 2 off the bench. Shea, you're not hurt, are you? Because you gave us 0 from 10 from the field with 0 points. Not even 1 point, not 1 free throw. I don't understand that. So let's go a couple more weeks, okay? We just did 1, 2, first 3 weeks of it. Let's get to November 30th. Let's get to December before this episode is done. So here it is. The Cavaliers are now offering us. They want to give us Tristan Thompson and a 2nd-round pick in 2022 for Steven Adams. Right now, I'm declining that. Y'all gonna have to attach a 1st-round pick for how Steven Adams is playing. Kent Bazemore for Steven Adams. I don't know why the Trailblazers want to do that. They have Nurkic, they have Whiteside. Bringing Steven Adams in wouldn't cut it. So for realistic standpoint, I'm not doing that for them. And then prospect scouting, we're going to advance just because I don't want to get into that because I know that's not the real draft class, so ignore that for a second. Scala Bizier for Mike Muscala. I'm cool. I'll just keep who I have at this point. We beat the Sixers, which is nice. We destroyed the Sixers, so I'm interested to see what happened in that game. Lost to the Clippers, lost to the Lakers. Played the Lakers pretty well for us to be so young. Muscala we good. Played the Lakers again and lost by 13. I was expecting worse losses, but let's see how we play the Warriors. And we Lost to the Warriors by 1. So we got the Warriors number. We have the Warriors figured out for whatever reason. We played them really, really well. Thunder received Mike Scott and Furkan Korkmaz for Roberson and Muscala. I'm going to decline because I want some youth back for those guys. The Pistons have a trade offer they've been sending me too. I'm going to address before this. So right now we're 5-13. We had a very good win against the Sixers. I want to take a look at that. Shea had 25, 7-2. 4 turnovers, 9 of 10 from the field after that poor performance. Wiggins 9 of 17, 2 for 5 from 3. Neither one of them shot any free throws. He gave us 3 turnovers. I don't know why he's turning the ball over so much, but only 2 assists. Ferguson gave us 19, 7 and 9 from the field, 4, 6 for 3. That's how he needs to shoot the ball. Steven Adams will get a double-double. Baisley 4, 4, 4, 1, 1 to 7. He's not shooting the ball that well. Same with Schroeder. Noel's 2 for 7 with 4 turnovers, but he did give us 2 steals and 3 blocks. And then we held. Did Joel Embiid not play? Is he hurt? Yeah, no, Embiid didn't play. That's why. Embiid or Simmons didn't play. So we should have won that game. Then we beat the Pelicans, team that we lost to earlier. Shea right now is playing as our best blue chip player. He's playing better than Wiggins, who's 6 of 19. Baisley 9 for 3, 2, 2, 3 turnovers. I like it though. We need to trade Schroeder. Schroeder has to go at this point. I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on with him. I think he knows that, you know, it's about it for him. So he's probably trying to play super hard or just, you know, impress some teams. But I think it's time that we let Schroeder go. I'm not saying we're gonna do it right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just hard to do these trades because a lot of teams unrealistically ask for him. You know what I'm gonna do? See, this is what makes it hard because I want to keep Adams. He's been playing real well, but I think a real trade that may not happen in real life, but I think could happen in real life and maybe should get explored, is Steven Adams and Schroeder going to Atlanta. I think that would really give Atlanta a real big boost because then Alex Len comes off the bench. You have Dennis Schroeder backing up Trae Young because they don't really have a backup. Your starting lineup is then Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Steven Adams, and off the bench you have Cam Reddish, you have Dennis Schroeder, you have Alex Len, Jabari Parker. That will make them a real deep and competitive team. But the only thing is that they're not giving me anything but big ass expiring contracts. So I have to decide, do I really want to just take these contracts or do I want to see if there's a pick or a young talented player that I can work with out of here. This is unrealistic. I wouldn't do this, of course, so don't even mind shit like that. But I gotta go and do some in-depth looking to see if there is some type of young talent that I could get. Almost like this. I'm not saying I would do this trade, but see how Kelly Oubre is 23 years old, 78. He's had some talent. A lot of these other trades aren't really offering me anything like that. They give me 30-year-olds, 28. Like these guys, there's nothing I can really do with that. Robert Williams could work, but again, Gordon Hayward, I don't know if they're really willing to give him up just yet. I don't think they, let's see how he's been playing for them. He's giving them 15 points, some assists and rebounds. I don't want to take on that player option as well. I also have Andrew Wiggins, so I'm not in a rush to get another wing, especially not a 29-year-old wing. So we'll see. By next episode, they will be traded for sure. Somebody's going to be traded. I think it's going to be Schroeder for sure. Also, before this episode ends, I want y'all to let me know about some feedback for this trade. Roberson is getting a lot of interest from the Pistons. I've simmed off camera, and this trade has popped up like twice off camera. The only thing I want to know is would the Pistons really give this first round pick up? Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think of this particular trade. Roberson going to the Pistons, this first round pick, and Langston Galloway. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Episode 3 has been good. We moving. We finally starting to get some legs on the series. We 5-13, first month into the season. Only a couple more months to go. Draft class coming soon. If you're new to this, subscribe, leave a like. Again, give me some feedback. Any ideas what y'all want to see? Y'all let me know. Big Stacks out.